Let's get right into it. Number 10, the grocery store maze. You walk into a grocery store thinking, I'll just grab milk. 3 hours later, you're holding organic Himalayan salt chips, a new scented candle you didn't know existed, and a frozen lasagna that's whispering, eat me at 2 a.m. and the milk still in aisle 47. Grocery stores are basically psychological obstacle courses. They don't just sell food, they engineer you into wandering like a dazed rat in a neon-lit laboratory. Here's the trick. Essential items like milk, bread, and eggs are shoved into the farthest corners of the store. Why? Because if you have to trudge past the gourmet cheese section, the bakery that smells like childhood Christmas, and the aisle of snacks that scream you deserve this, odds are your cart gets fuller and your wallet gets emptier. And let's not forget the store layout aisles are arranged so you must zigzag like you're in a human-sized version of Pac-Man. Ever wonder why there's no straight shortcut? Because straight lines don't sell chips. Then there's the music. Not a coincidence, a slow, chill songs keep you wandering. Imagine Barry Manilow crooning while you're deciding between salsa brands. It's designed to lower your shopping speed so you accidentally notice more stuff. Faster music. That's for turnover hours when they want you out so Karen can stop blocking the cereal aisle with her coupon binder. Punchline grocery stores aren't markets. They're theme parks for your impulsive spending habits, the ticket price, your dignity, and 3 boxes of Pop-Tarts. Number 9, the casino black hole. Casinos are like your toxic ex, no windows, no clocks, and before you know it, it's 4 a.m. and you've emotionally committed to losing half your paycheck. The architecture of a casino is basically one giant psychological bear trap, padded with neon lights and the sound of 1,000 slot machines whispering, just one more. Notice how casinos are designed like endless mazes. There's no easy exit sign. Instead, every hallway funnels you back into more games. The carpets are famously ugly, loud patterns of red and gold that make you too visually overwhelmed to notice time passing. Fun fact, those carpets are intentionally eye-searing so your focus stays on machines, not your shoes or the fact that you haven't eaten in 6 hours. Lighting eternal artificial daytime. They want you to feel like it's always the right time to gamble, and of course, free drinks, because nothing pairs better with poor financial decisions than watered-down tequila. Even the sound design is sneaky. Machines chime even when you lose. Congrats, you didn't win money, but you won an experience. That near-miss dopamine rush keeps your brain buzzing. Add in dealers trained to act like your best friend, and suddenly you're emotionally invested in disappointing them by walking away. The punchline casinos aren't built for gambling. They're built to gently vacuum your soul through a straw made of flashing lights and bad carpeting. Number 8, menu Jedi tricks. You sit down at a restaurant, flip open the menu, and boom, psychological warfare disguised as appetizers. Menus are designed with more strategy than a chess grandmaster on caffeine. It's not about what you want, it's about what they want you to want. For starters, have you noticed how menus sometimes highlight certain items with boxes, bold fonts, or little chef hats? That's not decoration, it's psychological spotlighting. Your eyes go there first, so your brain assumes it must be special. Spoiler, it's just the highest margin dish. That $28 pasta with artisan sauce cost the restaurant about 43 cents to make. Then there's the price formatting. Some menus ditch the dollar sign because apparently seeing that triggers your brain's stingy uncle mode. A menu that says 12 instead of $12 feels like less money, like you're spending Monopoly cash. And ever notice the decoy dish? That's the absurdly overpriced lobster tower meant to make the $45 steak look like a bargain. Congratulations, you just got hustled by typography. Oh, and wine lists, absolute scams. They know most people can't tell Merlot from motor oil. That house red they push so hard marked up 400%. But hey, it comes in a fancy glass, so drink up. Classy human. Punchline menus are less about feeding you and more about Jedi mind-tricking you into craving the profit margins. The real chef here isn't in the kitchen, it's in the fonts. Number 7, the IKEA trap. Walking into IKEA is basically signing up for a psychological endurance test disguised as furniture shopping. You think you're going in for a lamp. 3 meatballs and 47 tea light candles later, You're dragging a 200-pound flat pack that requires an engineering degree and 12 hours of YouTube tutorials to assemble. Here's the thing, IKEA isn't just a store, it's a labyrinth. The layout is designed like a giant one-way rat maze. You don't just wander in and out, you're forced to march through every single section. Beds, kitchens, fake living rooms that make you wonder why your apartment doesn't look like a catalogue, all before you even find the lamp section. And even if you spot a shortcut door, half the time it's hidden like a secret level in a video game. Then there's the psychological trick of the room setups. They show you fake apartments that look cozy and achievable, and your brain starts whispering, if I just buy these $6 throw pillows, my life will finally have meaning. Spoiler, the throw pillows will end up on the floor with pizza stains in a week. And let's not forget the cafeteria halfway through the maze. Meatballs and cinnamon rolls aren't just tasty, they're bait to recharge you so you can make it through the second half of consumer purgatory. You think you're having a snack. Really, you're getting indoctrinated. Punchline IKEA isn't a furniture store, it's an escape room where the prize is an Allen wrench and regret. Number 6. Fast food, optical illusions. Fast food chains are like magicians with fries. Ever notice how those glossy menu photos show a burger that looks like it was blessed by Gordon Ramsay under a halo of golden light? Then you unwrap it in real life and it's a sad, soggy cousin of what you ordered. That's not an accident, that's design manipulation. They use food styling tricks like spraying burgers with hairspray, painting grill marks with shoe polish, and stacking ingredients with toothpicks. Why? Because your brain eats with its eyes first. You don't buy food, you buy the fantasy of food. But wait, there's more. The packaging is deliberately bright and bold red and yellow everywhere. Those colors trigger hunger and urgency. Think about it, McDonald's, Burger King, In-N-Out, all variations of ketchup and mustard design schemes. It's basically edible stop signs for your stomach. Portion control, total scam. Value meals trick you into thinking you're saving money when they're really just upselling you 400 extra calories for a few cents. And those carefully designed fry boxes sloped inwards so it looks like you're getting a mountain of fries. Tilt it and you'll realize, nope, it's just a sad potato hill in disguise. Punchline fast food joints don't sell meals. They sell edible marketing campaigns that taste like convenience and shame. Number 5. Mall time warp malls, the ancient temples of capitalism. If you've ever walked in just to look around and somehow emerged 5 hours later with a candle, 3 shirts, and a pretzel the size of your head, you've experienced mall manipulation firsthand. Mall design is basically science fiction. First, the lack of clocks. Time, not relevant here. Your only guide is the vague daylight leaking in from skylights just enough to trick your brain into thinking, oh, I've got time. Meanwhile, your parking meter expired 2 hours ago. Then there's the anchor store trick. Big department stores at opposite ends of the mall force you to walk through the entire thing if you want to just pop in. Along the way, you're ambushed by kiosks selling things like Miracle Hand lotion or remote control helicopters. And somehow, you stop for an Auntie Anne's pretzel because apparently, cinnamon sugar is more important than fiscal responsibility. Ever notice the air smells like cookies or perfume? That's not random, that's scent marketing. They literally pump smells into the air to lure you. Your nose is under attack. Add background music engineered to make you stroll instead of sprint, and suddenly you're browsing Forever 21 like it's your new full-time job. Punchline malls aren't shopping centers. They're black holes where your sense of time, money, and self-control go to die, usually next to the food court. Number 4. The gas station. Gimmick. Gas stations are the psychological Bermuda Triangle of late-night road trips. You pull in for fuel, but somehow you stumble out with free energy drinks, beef jerky, and a questionable hot dog that's been rotating under a heat lamp since the Bush administration. That's not bad luck, that's design. First off, the pumps are deliberately slow. Ever notice how it feels like it takes an eternity to fill your tank? That's not just because your car is thirsty, it's because the longer you stand there, the more likely you'll wander inside just to look. And the moment you enter, boom, wall-to-wall junk food, strategically lit up like the Vegas Strip. Candy is always near the checkout, perfectly eye level, practically begging you to grab a Snickers while you're already swiping your card. Drinks refrigerators lined up at the back of the store, so you have to pass a gauntlet of impulse buys to get there. And the coffee station placed front and center, making you think you're being responsible for staying awake when in reality, you just bought liquid regret that tastes faintly of sadness and burnt beans. And let's not forget pricing. Ever wonder why the gas price is 3.99 and 9 pound tenths of a cent? That tiny sliver undercuts your brain, tricking it into reading $3 instead of basically 4. It's psychological camouflage for your wallet. Punchline gas stations don't just fuel your car, they siphon your dignity one slim gym at a time. Number 3, the supermarket checkout gauntlet. You've survived the grocery store maze, but now you face the final boss, the checkout lane. It's not just where you pay, it's where you're ambushed by the greatest hits of human impulse. Magazines with celebrity gossip right there to distract you while you wait, candy bars and gum perfectly placed at hand level so your brain goes, ugh, what's another $2? Even batteries and lighters somehow made the cut. You didn't need them, but now you're convinced your smoke alarm might start a rebellion if you don't stock up. The lane itself is designed to funnel you in slowly, like cattle to the slaughter. They put up those little barriers so you can't easily escape once you're in line. It's the consumer version of quicksand you commit, and suddenly you're buying a pack of Tic Tacs and a Sudoku magazine for no reason. And if you've ever taken kids with you, game over. Every colorful sugar bomb is placed at child eye level. Congratulations, you're now negotiating with a tiny terrorist holding a lollipop hostage. Punchline. The checkout lane isn't about checking out groceries, it's about checking out your willpower and finding it very, very bankrupt. Number 2, hotel psychological warfare. Hotels are supposed to be cozy sanctuaries of rest, but really, they're psychological funhouses that drain your wallet while convincing you you're pampered. Let's start with the room design. Ever notice how the minibar is basically a booby trap? Everything is tiny, overpriced, and arranged like a museum exhibit. Move that can of soda, congrats, you've triggered the pressure sensor, and now your credit card is crying. Lighting always soft, golden, and warm, not because they care about your vibe, but because it makes everything look luxurious. Your brain thinks, ah yes, opulence, while your wallet thinks, that's $200 a night for beige walls and a questionable carpet. Then there's the psychology of hallway design. Long, identical corridors that make you feel like you're wandering through The Shining aren't an accident. They're designed to make the hotel seem larger, grander, and more maze-like than it really is. Translation, they want you disoriented enough to forget how much you're paying for Wi-Fi that barely works. And don't even get me started on the upsell traps. Breakfast buffet $30 for scrambled eggs you could have made at home. Upgraded rooms that offer a partial view of the parking lot, sold as luxury. Punchline hotels aren't about hospitality. They're about gaslighting you into believing powdered eggs and beige curtains equal 5-star luxury. Number 1. The social media slot machine. You think you're just checking Instagram for a sec, and suddenly it's 2 mum. Your phone battery is screaming for help, and you've scrolled past 47 avocado toast posts. Social media apps are the most advanced psychological playgrounds ever built, and spoiler, you're the hamster. Here's the dirty secret: apps like TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter are basically casinos for your thumbs. Every swipe down is a slot machine pool. Sometimes you get a hilarious meme, sometimes you get your ex looking happy without you, and sometimes you get a guy power washing his driveway for no reason. That randomness, it's called variable reward, and it's designed to glue your brain to the feed harder than Gorilla Glue on a toddler's toy. The notification system is another trap. Ever notice how they batch likes and comments instead of sending them all at once? That's not laziness, it's manipulation. They drip feed dopamine like you're a lab rat in a very depressing science experiment. Red notification bubbles. Also intentional? Red is urgent, alarming, impossible to ignore. You're not just checking, you're being yanked by a digital leash. Even infinite scroll is a psychological trick. There's no end to the feed, so your brain never gets closure. It's like eating chips from a bag that magically refills itself forever, except instead of salt, you're consuming despair and FOMO. And the cherry on top, the like button, it's the cheapest hit of validation you'll ever get. Entire careers have been built on the dopamine economy of strangers tapping a tiny heart icon. Meanwhile, you're lying in bed at 3 a.m., wondering why watching goats scream like humans feels more important than sleep. Punchline social media isn't a tool. It's the world's biggest psychological slot machine, and congrats, you're the jackpot. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.